Welcome to China Concept Academy. In this session, we'll be looking at implicit rule. Remember, we've taken time to look at product rule. It involves equation problems with multiplication. We've looked at quotient rule, equations that have division, numerators and denominators. Now we look at chain rule. We looked at the sodic ones. Now we are looking at implicit rule. And if this implicit rule is given to you, how do we know a question is implicit rule? Implicit rule is used anytime there are no rules of differentiation that can be applied. I cannot apply product rule. I cannot apply quotient rule. I cannot apply chain rule. So implicit rule works. How do I use implicit rule? Anytime there are no rules of differentiation that can work, we talk about implicit rule. How do we do that? First and foremost, differentiate x. Keep y constant. That is, differentiate y, x, don't touch y. Differentiate y, don't touch x. Add dy dx. I repeat, differentiate x, leave y. Differentiate y, leave x. Once you're done with this, after you've done it, take all the ones you differentiated in respect of x to the right hand side. Remember, as it is moving, if it was plus, it will change to minus. If it was minus, it will change to plus. Then make dy dx the subject of the formula. Lastly, divide the whole of them by the ones you differentiated in respect to y. It is very simple. I will use that example to illustrate implicit rule. First thing most is, I will say dy over dx. What will it be? I will differentiate x and keep y constant. What is the power of x? 2. So it will be 2 times 3. X is equal to 2 minus 1. Then, as I'm differentiating x, I will keep y raised to power 3 constant, which means I am not touching y raised to power 3. The next thing is I will say plus. I will not keep x constant. So that is 3x raised to power 2. I will keep it constant. I will do for y raised to power 3, which is, what is the coefficient of y? 1. So 3 times 1. Y is 3 minus 1. This one, anytime you do something like this, you add dy over dx. What next? This is what I'm going to do. This one is 2. What is the coefficient of it? 2 times 4, x 2 minus 1. I am not going to do the same thing here because x and y are not together. So I will make use of this part of the board long way so that we can actually understand. So look at this, plus, please, I will make use of this board in a long way so that we can actually understand what we are doing. X and y, they are together here, so we do the same thing. Anytime x and y are together, you know that this is implicit rule. What do we do? The power of x here is what? 2. So we say 2 times what? 2. X is equal to 2 minus 1. We will keep y raised to power 4 constant, meaning we are not going to touch y raised to power 4. Since I have done this to x, let me do to y too, meaning I will keep 2x raised to power 2 constant while I do for y. 4 times 1. Y is equal to 4 minus 1 equals what? 0. Once I have done this, the major part of the question is solved. First thing most, why do I use implicit rule? I use implicit rule in a situation where other rules of differentiation cannot work. What do I do? And how do you know a question is implicit rule? X and y will always be together. Differentiate x, keep y constant. Differentiate y, keep x constant. So what do we do here? If I'm breaking this down, 2 times 3 is 6x, and we have y raised to power 3. Plus 3x raised to power 2 first. 3 times 1 is 3. Y? 3 minus 1 is 2. I'll put my dy dx. 2 times 2 is 8x, because 2 minus 1 is just 1. Then coming to this side, 2 times 2 is, please, I'll use this part of the board, 4x, and I'll react to my y raised to power 4. That is it. Plus here is, I will say 2x raised to power 2. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 minus y, 4 minus 1 is 3, equals 0. Now, when it is this way, what do we do? I've been able to simplify. The rule says, make the y the x subject of the formula, and all of these ones that we differentiated in respect of x to go to the right hand side. What do we do? Look at this. For me to get this answer, I differentiated x. So, making the y the x subject of the formula, this guy is not going to stay. All I will need to do is I'll just put equal to here. What am I saying? This one, for me to get 6x y raised to power 3, I differentiated this, which means I am taking it to the right hand side. And for me to take it to the right hand side, it is plus. For you to pass, it will become minus. This moves here will become minus 6x y raised to power 3. For me to get this answer, I differentiated y. It was y that I differentiated to get this answer, which means it is staying 3x raised to power 2, 3y raised to power 2. For me to get 8x, it is x that I differentiated to get 8x. So this 8x is moving. It is plus. So for it to move, it will become minus 8x. Watch this. For me to get this, this is plus. For me to get this, it's x I differentiated. So it is moving. It will become minus 4x y raised to power 4. And lastly, for me to get this answer, I differentiated y. It is staying here. So it's going to be plus 2x raised to power 2 plus 4y raised to power 3. When you've done this, what do? The next rule says divide all of them by the ones I differentiated in respect to x. Now these ones I differentiated in respect to x. So I will divide the whole of the equations in respect to x. So this, I'll divide this by 3x raised to power 2, 3y2 plus 2x, please, there should be the plus here. 2x squared 4y raised to power 3. Divide all of them. This equation, divide it. I'll divide it by 3x squared, 3y raised to power 2 plus 2x squared, 4y 3. This will cancel this. This is left here. So your answer is the whole of this. Okay, most textbooks or most scholars, you see them multiplying this 3 times 39, and they will have the same thing. 2 times 2, 8. They will have 8x squared, but you may choose to leave it that way. I repeat, first thing foremost, anytime there are no rules of differentiation that can apply, use implicit rule. First thing, differentiate x. Keep y, don't touch y because y is raised to power 3. Differentiate y, do the same thing for y. Keep x constant. Once you've done it, take the ones you have differentiated in respect to x to the right hand side. Divide all of them by the ones you differentiated in respect to y. That is all of it on different implicit rule. If you've not learned how to differentiate, all you need to do is go to my videos on product rule and other rules of differentiation to understand how to differentiate. With this, if you have any question, you can always come to me, or my number that is placed. You can always come to me so that I would send questions you wish for us to study and make videos on. With this, we've come to the end of this session. See you in the next session. Thank you.